Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I don't even know where to start. Anyway, I'm so glad to do this video for you so that you can understand. Like always, I will be sharing different strategies that you can use in your day-to-day trading. But before we jump right into it, I want to thank all of you guys who are returning subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. And for those who are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any insightful information that I will be posting on this channel. And in case you're wondering how I'm doing, actually I'm okay. I'm just recovering from the heartbreak. It's still something that keeps me awake at night, but then at least I'm recovering. At least I've started eating. At least I'm now getting at least some sleep, because I actually had some sleepless nights and it was tough. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. So I just want to give you a small advice. If you have something that you have worked for, or if you get some money, or if you want to buy someone something, just make sure that you prioritize your mother first. And if you no longer have a mother, just you have some family members that you can just do that thing for. Honestly speaking, I'm saying from experience, guys, this is really tough. Just imagine buying someone, a total strangers, everything a woman might need, and then they just decide to cheat you on some loser who doesn't even have. Of course, I wouldn't say I'm better than that person, but honestly speaking, well, anyway, without wasting much of your time, let's jump right into it. So in this exciting video, I'm going to start with volatility 10. So these strategies are actually very easy to understand. You can actually learn those skills every day, because these charts are usually forming all these setups every day. So make sure that you grasp every concept that I will be illustrating on this chart. So as you can see, I've already drawn the lines of confluence that are the support and the resistance. And also I've used the Fibonacci retracement to join all the major points. So this is the major support and the major resistance. So this allows me to see the points, the Fibonacci points, where the market might do a little bit of retest. So this is quite an easy setup. As you can see, the market is currently at 39.8. So at this point, it did a little bit of a retest because it bounced on that level. Since it acts as a support line, it had to bounce, and then it went up where I've put the shadow zone, and then now it is starting to retrace back. So this is a clear setup. You just have to know that the market is currently at that shadow zone where it is facing a little bit of resistance from that support line. So once it was rejected quite a number of times at that shadow zone at the top, the market had to retrace, or the bears had to get in power so that they can push the market downwards. So I'm going to execute. I hope this time I'm going to make some profit, because I blew a lot of accounts in the previous video. I wouldn't blame my heartbreak, but actually it kind of got me. Anyway, as you can see, I've already doubled the account. We are in profit. It's actually safe to close. As you can see, there was a breakout. At this point, the breakout might even go very long, but honestly speaking, you have already grasped the concept, which is the most important thing. It doesn't really matter if I get the money or not, because what's important is for you guys to understand. Of course, I would want the money, of course. I mean, who doesn't want it? But then I'm doing this video so that you can understand, and also I would get a little bit of a benefit from the accounts that I'm raising, and also I will be getting this subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, just make sure you subscribe. And then now we have moved on to volatility 75 1 second. So in volatility 75 1 second, as you can see at that point where I'm putting the arrow, there was a lot of resistance. So it is shown by those wicks. It means that at that point the bears were powerful enough that the bulls could not push the market upwards. So basically that's it. So it means once the market is rejected at the top, it means the bulls are actually going to have a lot of power, the bears. And then as you can see, there was a rising wedge as marked by that trend line, where the market did a lot of consolidation inside, and then it broke to the downside. So after it breaks to the downside, you know the drill, guys. It has to retest and then continues going down. Anyway, we couldn't be in the market at the time of retracement, and now we just have to ride it from where we have caught it. Anyway, as you can see, I've already executed the market, and let's wait for it so that we can collect some. Anyway, I don't really think I'm actually going to be in love anytime soon. I think living my own life is actually a good thing, providing for my mother and my father, of course. I think I will take pride in that. Anyway, we are in profit. As you can see, I've explained everything about this one. And in terms of take profit, these days I no longer explain. You just know the drill. You just put it at the next area of confluence that you think is actually appropriate. So it's not like you really have you really care about my life, but that's actually what I'm considering to do. So that's me. You don't really have to follow my life, but then I don't really have anyone to talk to, so that's why I usually announce it in my videos, because it actually makes me feel better. Anyway, let's move on to the next trade. So as you can see, we have already closed. Now let's look for another trade. So in this time we are going to visit the volatility 51 second. So in the volatility 51 second, we have our naked chart. You can actually see where the market is going and where it is coming from. If you are a pro in naked trading, which is actually risky but not that really different from simple price action trading, it is usually used by professional traders. Anyway, as you can see, the market was in an uptrend, right? After the uptrend, the market passed it through that resistance line, and then it did a consolidation. So the other way to explain this is when the market passed it through that line, the bulls were exhausted, that they really wanted to take a little bit of a rest and try to push the market upwards again. But then the bears actually took the chance or the advantage of that and made the market consolidate for some time. So now there was an indecision, but then in that indecision there was a pattern that was formed. That is what I'm currently drawing right now, so that you can clearly see. So right now we are aiming for a sell. Let me explain it. This is more like a rising wedge. This one is not really that powerful because the rising wedge is not that steep. So you must always remember that if the rising or the falling wedge is very steep, it means the breakout will be very powerful. You always have to remember that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that if the market is not that steep, it won't do the breakout, or it won't go in your favor. Just know that it won't be that very powerful. Anyway, I think I'm going to execute the market, because we all know that if we have a rising wedge, it means more often than not it is going to break to the downside. So we're just going to execute the market and see if we can collect. On this one, I actually made a mistake of entering a lot of positions, because volatility 51 second is volatile, is very volatile. So actually a little bit of a retest will actually blow my account. But however, I think I was lucky because there wasn't much of a retracement. Anyway, we are in profit, as you can see. So volatility 51 second is actually very volatile, that a small move can actually make you rich. I wouldn't want to use that word, but you actually have a significant impact on your account. So as you can see right now, I'm actually analyzing other factors that made my account or my trade very successful. As you can see at the top, there are a lot of wicks, which means that the market at that point is facing a lot of resistance, so much that it cannot pass through. As you can see where I've put the shadow zone at the top, that's where the market is failing to pass through. Anyway, I have closed, and then let me look for another trade. So I've visited the Boom 900 index. So I think this is the first time trading this one. Well, in a video, I don't really remember doing a video trading Boom 900. Anyway, it's just the same. It uses the same principles as other charts, so it's not gonna be that hard. And then now we are putting the Fibonacci retracement. So sometimes I just opt to use this Fibonacci retracement because it shows me the levels of confluence that are going to be respected by the market. As you can see, at that point at 61.8, the market actually respected that line. So these mathematical lines are actually something that is always followed. It's not really something that was just made up, but the Fibonacci retracement, for all those mathematicians, they actually know how they work. Anyway, I just utilize them and make money out of it. I don't really know how it works, but then what's important is knowing how it works, right? Anyway, so the Fibonacci retracement currently is, if I spin it, it is showing that the market is supposed to go and touch that 23.6 line. So once it touches that 23.6 line, it will form a double bottom, or it will also confirm a trade that was formed a long time ago. So this is what I'm going to explain right now. As you can see, there was a support from the left, which was actually considered an inverted shoulder. And then another pattern that was formed is the Quasimodo that I'm currently drawing right now. So the Quasimodo setup is quite tricky and quite rare to find, but then I was lucky that I actually found it. So let me explain to you how it works. So at this point, we have already seen the head that is on the shadow zone below, and then the market is currently at the second shoulder. So this one had two shoulders, two from the left and then two from the right. It's not really a pattern whereby we have two shoulders, but then it actually confirms the market power. So at this point, we just have to aim for the market to retrace to that shadow zone and then form a double bottom, and then it goes up. But I'm not going to wait for it, at that point. As you can see, I'm just going to execute the market, and well, I hope it won't blow my account when it goes for that double bottom strategy. I could actually sell at that point and then buy later, but it's actually risky because in the long term the market is going to buy. So I'm just gonna buy and wait for it. Anyway, as you can see, I'm already in profit of 900 something, which is a lot. So as you can see, the market actually did that retest just to go and touch that point where it formed the double bottom, and then it continued going up. So when you know the market, sometimes it's actually easy to predict how the market is going to proceed from a point where you are to the next point. So this is it in boom 900. So I think this is going to be the last trade of this video. I don't want to over trade like I did last time, and actually these days I have a little bit of emotions that are heightened. I mean, I wouldn't blame myself, of course. So I think I will end here. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any important update that I'm going to post. Also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Telegram to get insightful information that I'll be posting every day. See you in the next video.